Now we will learn a concept that will make your entire understanding of how the industry works clear. Value chain, a concept given by Michael Porter. Porter, a Harvard Business School professor, has divided the functions of an organization into, look at the board, primary activities or primary functions, which are sequential, they happen one after another, which are supported by 4 support activities or support functions. The primary activities are inbound logistics, manufacturing or operations, outbound logistics, sales and marketing, after sales service. These are happening one after another. We can call them as sequential. These 5 primary activities in turn are supported by 4 support activities. The support activities are human resources management, firm infrastructure, technology and procurement. These support activities not only support each other, but also support the primary activities. Therefore, they are called as support activities. Once more, so it becomes clear. Michael Porter, a Harvard Business School professor, has divided the functions of an organization into primary activities, which are sequential in nature, and support activities. Primary activities are inbound logistics, manufacturing or operations, outbound logistics, sales and marketing, and after sales service. These 5 primary activities in turn are supported by 4 support activities. They are horizontally depicted because they not only support each other, but also support the primary activities. The support activities are human resources management, firm infrastructure, technology and procurement. If the cost of the primary activities and the support activities converted into the units cost, we are able to sell the unit at a higher price, then we get profits or margins. Profits or margins. What does a customer pay? Look at this. Customer wants value. Value is not same as cost. Value is equal to benefits divided by cost. Value is equal to benefits divided by cost. So, if you want to give more value to the customer, either add to the benefits or reduce the cost, or both the two things simultaneously. The customer will get more value and he will be more than willing to pay. Let us see now what are the primary and the secondary activities or support activities. It all starts with procurement. Procurement relates to the 8 R's: the right quality, the right quantity, the right time, the right place, the right source, the right price, right contracts and right transportation. Once more, right quality, right quantity, right time, right place, right source, right contracts, right price, right transportation. Suppose using these 8 rights, what is procurement? It is a function of purchasing activity. Whenever the procurement activities end, till the time the material is issued to the manufacturing or inbound logistics, and typically the activities are vehicle scheduling, loading, documentation, physical transportation, weighing, measuring or counting, taking it to goods inwards department, unloading, unpacking, return to the supplier, issue it to the production line against the documentation, or send it to the stores against the documentation. Once more, When the procurement activities end, the inbound logistics starts and continues till the material is issued to the manufacturing. Typically, the activities are vehicle scheduling, loading, documentation, physical transportation, then weighing, measuring and counting, send it to the goods inwards department, unloading, unpacking, check for quality as well as for quantity, returns to the supplier in case of a defect, against the document send it to the stores, or against the document send it to the production line. All this is inbound logistics. In an Indian condition, inbound logistics typically takes 30% of the cost. So this should be the area to attack. And the tool to be used is JIT, inventory less production, or just in time. If you use just in time, you can reduce the cost by 20 to 40%, 20 to 40%. So you have to add a value in each of the stage. Next is manufacturing or operations. In manufacturing or operations, it begins when we convert our raw materials, assemblies and the sub-assemblies into the end product. This process of converting raw materials, assemblies and the sub-assemblies to the end product is called as WIP, or work in progress. If we reduce the work in progress, then typically it reduces cost. Example, if I construct a ship of 100 crore rupees in 2 years, if by working in both the ships, I complete the ship in 1 year only, I will get 100 crore rupees after 1 year only. Now 100 crore rupees, if I get 1 year in advance, if I put it in a fixed deposit, I can get 8 crore rupees as interest alone. So any reduction in this time, it is called WIP, work in progress, adds to the profitability. Next is outbound logistics. The outbound logistics starts, what are the various things in a manufacturing? It can be machine shop, assembly shop, test shop, paint and packaging, maintenance, etc. Outbound logistics. It is a mirror image of inbound logistics. It is a cycle right from a time the goods are produced till the time they go to our distribution network. So which are the various activities? First is vehicle scheduling, loading, documentation, physical transportation to the distribution network, and unloading. So if you do it fast, it typically adds to the profits. Next is sales and marketing. In sales and marketing, we exchange our goods or services for cash. It starts right from the time the goods are sold till the end of the product's life. And if you improve any of these undermentioned 8 activities, it adds to your profitability and efficiency. Which are they? First, the 4 P's in marketing: product, price, place, and promotion. Add 4 more: physical evidence, people, packaging, and pace. Pace is the speed at which we work. Next is after-sales service. After-sales service starts right from the time a goods is sold and continues till the end of its product life. Typically, it involves 1. Installation, adjustment, calibration, then warranty and guarantee, assured supply of genuine spare parts. Then comes visit to the customers, courtesy calls. All this comes in after sales service. If we give excellent after sales service, our customer will become our super salesman, and needless to add, it takes 6 times more effort than to retain the existing customer than to get a new customer. So, after sales service must get a focus of our attention. Now, the support activities. Support activities are 4 in number. First one is human resources management. It is the main that drive the other 3M: machinery, money, and material. So, organization, how capable it is depends upon the human resources of the organization. So, what are the factors? An ability to recruit, select, and retain best of the employees. Ability to recruit, select, and retain best of the employees. Excellent training calendar and excellent training facilities. Excellent training calendar and excellent training facilities. Third, harmony between the management and the unions and the workers. Harmony between the management, the unions, and the workers. Next, excellent compensation and perquisites. Excellent compensation and perquisites. This is human resources management. Firm infrastructure. If you have an excellent firm infrastructure, for example, you could have excellent machinery and equipment, excellent location. Then you have best of the relations with the politicians, with the bureaucrats, and with the financial institutes. That is what gives advantage in terms of firm infrastructure. And a long-term contract with the best of the suppliers. Next comes technology. In today's world, the innovative companies crush the non-innovative companies. The innovative companies just crush the non-innovative companies. For example, a Mahindra Scorpio, which has got CRDI technology, is a ruler in that particular segment. Why? It has got innovations. So, the quality and the qualifications of the researchers. 2, the ability to come out with the innovative products ahead of the competition. Ability to come out with the innovative products ahead of the competition. Third, ability to get the technology either by means of technical collaborations or by joint ventures. But more than that, ability to absorb the technology and the ability to come out with the innovative products ahead of the competition. That is what gives the advantage in terms of technology. And the last is procurement. Procurement, we have already seen, relates to the 8 R's: the right quality, the right quantity, the right time, the right place, the right source, the right price, the right contracts, and the right transportation. The value chains can be drawn by 3 methods. First, you can have a value chain to give an advantage of differentiation. What is differentiation? A superior service, a superior quality which is frightening to the competitor. For the example, a same company Tata's have got very superior cars in the range of Jaguar and Land Rover. In India, they cost around ₹1 crore each. But the same Tatas have a 1 lakh rupee car the Tata Nano. For a Tata Nano, the value chain will be everywhere to get a lowest possible cost. Whereas in the case of Jaguar Land Rover, it will be to get differentiation, a very superior quality which is frightening to the competitors. Third way to draw the value chain is you draw a value chain to become a quick reflex company. In today's world, China is crushing the world because Chinese are extremely quick reflex country. They rapidly complete the orders. So Michael Porter's value chain, where value is equal to benefits divided by cost. Now we'll go to the next tool, that is McKinsey's 7S structure. McKinsey's 7S structure. McKinsey and Company is the world's biggest management consultancy firm. It is the world's biggest management consultancy firm. They wanted to find out what is it that gives success. So, two of the management gurus by the name, their names were Tom Peters and Waterman Jr. They were given a task to find out what are the factors that give success. And they came out, they studied 200 organizations in United States, in Europe and in Japan, and they found out that even though they had very different work cultures, what gave them success was common. There were 7 factors starting with the English letter S. Therefore,